didn't turn my mic on. I was like doing cool stuff and then didn't turn my mic on. Let me also see if I can get the chat up, even though there's not really chat because ain't nobody here. But I did this on another thing the other day, and I was like, this would be fun. Let's have the chat up. Okay, so chat is now up. No, let's not do that. OBS, what are you doing? I'm gonna dock it over there. And then make it real tiny. Does that look horrible? Let's see. Let's see if that looks horrible. Stream preview. How am I supposed to see the preview? Come on, Twitch. Help me out here. Layout 1 updated. There we go. Show player. It's too small. Come on. Make it bigger. All right. I guess that's fine. But whoever's watching, if you end up watching, let me know if the chat is too small on the screen. Obviously, like, being a Twitch person, you don't need to really worry about the chat being on the screen. But I'm uploading these to YouTube now because I realize that me streaming at the time in which I stream makes no sense for anybody to come watch, or a whole lot of people to come watch. So what I'm doing instead is I'm going to stream during the time that I stream, but I'm also trying to, like, you know, make it so we include some more of the Twitch stream elements on a YouTube replay. So, where we are at today, just make sure that I told people to come hang out. I think I did. Looks like I did. All right. So if you haven't been here before for the rest of the year, what we've been doing is we've been making one audio plugin a week, and I'm going to break that rule starting today. It's not that we're breaking the rule of making a plugin. I've been making a fresh plugin every single week. And what I mean is I've been getting the reps to start new projects over and over again, and just kind of getting in the rhythm of how to build the projects and copying over code and blah, blah, blah. That's great. I intend to continue doing that, but not for this week. I'm going to give myself a break this week. And I'll show you what I've built, where we've gotten to, some things that I want to work out and resolve. We're going to do as much as we can. We're changing the stream in a number of ways today. Today, I'm going to not rebuild the code from scratch. We're going to continue to work on last week's code, which is cool. And then what we're also going to do... What's up, Zegel? Thanks for being here, bud. What we're also going to do is at the 1 o'clock Pacific time hour, I'm going to continue to stay on streaming. I am going to switch to a co-working mode, essentially. And what I'm going to do instead is we're gonna have this sweet background that I'm working with that hides all of my screen and everything. And I'll continue to work on normal, regular work, but I'm going to hang out for as long as I don't have like calls or other meetings or other things to do. Because I like being on Twitch. I like sharing. I like staying here. I like chit-chatting. If people are around, that's great. If nobody's here, then it will be quiet work time. But I'm going to do stuff like either I'll leave this music on stream, or maybe I'll switch it to some nice little rain sounds or whatever. But I'm going to be doing some work, and what I would normally be doing is going crazy talking to myself. But if anybody's hanging around, I'll talk to you too. So, where we ended with this, or where I ended with this the other day, is now I remembered that I can set Xcode. So here's the one nice thing about Xcode. Every time I bitch, I complain about how awful Xcode is, and I don't want to use it anymore, and that's still true. But I can set an automatic executable. So now when I run this code, it'll succeed, and it'll automatically kick on Reaper, which is kind of fun. Yeah, we've got a number of different new things today. So I'm playing Pretzel Rocks music again, which I haven't done since the streaming a year or two ago. And so we've got all sorts of new stuff. But yeah, so then this is what the plugin looks like now. It's still the world's worst ping pong plugin. But then what this does, I think I've kind of broken some of the ping pong, and that's okay. We'll figure that out. But if now I play, let me pause the music so we can actually listen to this. Okay. So now if I play this, too loud. So I need to work on some volume stuff. But then I can also delay time shorter. I can also make the delay time, the delay feedback way longer. Or I can make the delay time way longer. Then I can shorten it. And also make it sound awful when I do that. So what I used to have in a plugin that I worked on a really long time ago was that that when I shortened the loop time, when I shortened the delay time. What's up, Mikey? Thanks for hanging out, buddy. What used to happen in a plugin that I worked on a really long time ago. Actually, I could probably just make it for you. I could probably just play it for you. Let me see. Let me pause the music again. Okay, let's change that. Let's change this to suspend. So I made this plugin a really long time ago. And this is really cool. I really dug this. But I haven't messed with it in a really long time. So this has a delay time, and we can change it from free time. We can also make it beat synced. Oh, I forgot I did all that UI stuff. That's super cool. This plugin is actually more dope than I think it is. That's awesome. So, but if I do this, right, same idea. Let me increase the feedback. It does that. And so I miss that. Because you can get some crazy stuff out of it like that. This is what I should be doing on friggin' on Threads. Yes, it does pitch shift. That is exactly what it does. But it does it because of its playback. And I don't remember how I made this happen. Do this again. That sounds so cool. Oh, this is going on. This is going on Threads and Instagram. Dude. All right, we're just going to play with this for a little while because it's fun. Here's the other cool thing that it did. You can actually download this plugin. It should be suspension.nir.media, I think. If you sign up for my email list, which I think is at suspension. It's suspension.nir.media. I think this works. If that doesn't work, I'll make it work. But you can, like, this plugin is available to download. Like, you can have it. But watch this. This is gonna be real fun. So I can turn up the motion slider. Man, this plugin was way cooler than I thought it was. Okay, here we go. Oh, 403 forbidden. Okay, I'll get that updated so that you guys can have it soon. Oh, that's a bug. Okay, so then let's do the sample rate reduction too. Watch, this is gonna get real nuts. Dude, I should have played with these Glitch Machines plugins a long time ago, or Glitch Machine sounds with this plugin a long time ago. That was a mistake. All right, here we go. One more time, shall we? Let's wait for it to speed up a little bit. Okay, so there are a couple bugs in this. Because it's not playing the initial playback. Oh, I guess I have it all the way on wet, though, too. Oh, my God. All right, let me mark this. Okay. So this is the old plugin that I made a while ago. So I don't know why it doesn't do that, why the new one doesn't do that. And I want to figure that out, which I don't know if we're going to have. I don't know if I'm going to be able to today or not. I asked ChatGPT to compare the code, and it really didn't help. But what I would like, what I'm thinking about is I want to end up creating DSP assets that I can use in various plugins, like a delay, like a pitch shift, et cetera, et cetera. And the right now the delay is just not working the way that I want it to. It's working, it's just not working the exact way I want it to. And the weird part is the delay from the old code is just very different. It's written super differently. It's not like yeah, I don't know, it's weird. So this is the old code. And let's see, I guess the best way for me to do this is to read through some of this live on stream, and then we'll see if I can dissect it. We'll see if we can come up with some neat, interesting stuff. So this is the meat of the delay code from the last time, and this is from a course. Part of this is from a course that I was working on. Not that I was creating, but that I took. Sorry, I'm trying not to cough in your ears. So, also, you can see that the stream chat is on the upper right now. Like, I'd love it if y'all tell me if that sucks and you can't read it or it's too small or something. Let me actually move it down here. That'll probably be better. And big in. There we go. Okay. Be as best it can. I'm including that because these VODs are going on Twitch, or not Twitch, YouTube. So I want to make sure that YouTube can see this. So what this does, the processing of the delay takes an input audio, a delay time, a wet dry state, a delay state, which I think is free or matched beat sync time, which that's another thing. I'm just going to end up rebuilding this delay. It's going to be really funny. Either I'll do that or what I'll do is I'll actually steal this code and reuse it. It takes in a array of floats that is output audio, and then it takes in a number of samples to render, which is a little funny. I guess, yeah, you don't have the number from the float pointer there. Excuse me. I think I need water. Actually, while we're at this, what I'm going to do one more thing. Since y'all are here, let me see if I can figure out the way for you to get to the plugin page so you guys can download that plugin. I really haven't sent anything to that email address in the better part of a year, but might as well have it so you can get, like, that means nobody can get on the email list right now, which is kind of lame. Okay. Let's see. Is it the sign up page? Yes, it is this. Okay, so if you fill in the form on that page at the bottom or at the side of that page, you will sign up to the email list I have. You will not receive any emails from me in the short term because I haven't been writing emails for a little while now. And eventually I will probably get bugged to write emails again and sell things again and actually run this thing as a business. And when I do, you will receive emails from me. When you click that sign up, or when you fill in that sign up link, you will get an email that is automated that gives you a download link to that VST. So you will be able to play with that half broken ass VST. If you submit bugs to it or do whatever, I will not respond because I am not actively supporting that thing. And I bet the bug link doesn't even work anymore because I think I let my free Jira subscription lapse. So, but you can still play with it and make it do weird things and have fun for a couple of minutes. So do that. Okay. So what we're doing here is we're taking the time in seconds and turning it into time in samples. So the way that we do that is we have to check the delay state. Thanks, Mikey. And it's either going to be free or synced time, which is hilarious because I set this to 1, and what I should have done is this should have been an enum. It's funny how when you work with professional programmers at a pretty decent sized company, you learn things like, well, I know that 1 doesn't mean anything, but I know what the number 1 means. And then you come back and look at this a year later or 2 years later, and you're like, I don't even remember what 1 means. So what it would have been better is had I turned that into a variable or an enum that read as something. Okay. So this gets delay free time. Let's go to delay free time. And so this has a hilarious bug workaround. If delay time is less than 0, then set it to 0.01. And if it's greater than 0, set it to 1. That must have been a workaround issue. Then we're doing a JMap, which I don't remember what that is. So let's look that up. So a JMap is not JMax. I know I made it small and I ruined everything. Target min max. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 arguments. So that's this. Remaps a value from a source range to a target range. So what we're doing here is we're mapping the delay time slider from 0.1 to 1. Oh, I forgot we could do this. So this delay time value we're casting to a double from a float, and then the target or the source min max is 0.1 to 1, and then the target range min max is, I want this to be 0.09375 times the sample rate, which I don't know where that came from. That's a funny number. And then the max is 3 seconds. So sample rate, if you think about it this way, I'm going to explain the math to you. Sample rate is how many samples per second, right? So the maximum of this delay time is 3 seconds because it's 3 times the sample rate. The minimum of the delay time in seconds is 0.9375 seconds, however many seconds that is. That, oh, I think I see part of why this is working the way that it is. Okay, so we have a minimum value of 0.9375 seconds and a max value of 3.0 seconds. So we take that and then we actually do linear interpolation on this, which is smooth time, delay time, and we're smoothing it, which is free time. Yes. Okay. So then what we're doing is we go to delay smooth time. We say if delay time target value is not equal to the delay time, then we want to make delay time target value equal to the delay time, equal to the current delay time. Actually, yeah, if the delay time target value inside of the delay, if the existing delay time is not the same as the delay time on the slider, then we want to assign the delay time internally to the delay time on the slider. And we want to take parameter value smoothed and set the target value to delay time target value. So, and then time smoothed is parameter value smooth dot get next value. And then we're returning that. So then what we're returning out of get delay free time is the time smoothed. So how many times does that run? We're running that every sample. Interesting. Okay, so we're interpolating the time. Tell me if you're getting super confused or you're not following along or you don't understand what the hell I'm saying. Because now we're getting into complex DSP math, or we're starting to get into DSP math. So like all of this smoothing algorithm stuff, I don't expect any of you to understand if you're not programming. We are not only smoothing the value between the samples, we're also smoothing the value of the parameter. I don't know what parameter value smoothed is. Okay. So this is just a smoothed value. Okay. I'm a sucker at math. Try to logic everything out mostly. Haha. Does it make sense, Zegel, what I'm talking about of like linear interpolation and parameter smoothing? Or does that not make sense? Because I can really easily explain I can do the explain like I'm 5 version of this. I can also show the algorithm, but I can't, like, I can walk through the math of it, but I don't really, I don't know. I'm not good at the math explanation. I'm good at the lay explanation of it. And I just let the math be what the math is. Let's see what get next value is, if it'll show me. Oh, that's not what I expected it to be. That's funny. Interesting. Okay. Not really well in linear interpolation. Really well in linear interpolation means it basically goes from one value to another in a linear way, so in equal steps, and smooth value means rounded values. So to the best of my understanding, and there is a Wikipedia page on this. Let me show this to you. You can actually look up the math on Wikipedia. This is linear interpolation. Like, I actually have this as a this is a function in my new delay. It's under audio helpers. So you can see this is a function, right? It's literally, I literally one-to-one stole the code. Let me go there. So you can see 1 minus t times v0 plus t times v1 is literally this. It's literally this code. You can literally steal it off of Wikipedia. Let's actually read this together, because maybe this will help me. Yeah. Okay. Given the two red points, the blue is the linear interpolant between the points, and the value y at x may be found via linear interpolation. So yes, it is the textbook definition of linear interpolation is what is the midpoint between 2 points, right? Or what is the next point on the line linearly, right? Parameter smoothing is just the concept that instead of jumping from the red point to the blue point here, or this red point to this red point, we are interpolating between the two. We are taking our time to go through this line rather than jumping from y0, x0 to y1, x1, right? So what we're doing by going over and using the parameter value smooth set target value, this parameter value smoothed is a juice type called smoothed value, juice being the API framework that I'm using. And we're setting it to linear interpolation for the value smoothing. And the number involved here is a float, right? And so we set the target value, right? We take this object, we set the new target value. So it has an existing value that already exists. We set the new target value and then time smooth this local variable, which is hilarious because I probably don't need this. I don't know whether I need this or not. Is get next value. It's the hold on. It's get me another value on this line, right? So if we have not gone through all the values to get up to here, then I need another value on this line, right? Up until I'm here. And then it won't give me any more new values. It'll just give me the existing value. So what that does, what's up, James? Oh, look, you subbed and I didn't realize it. Did you? Yeah. Aw, man. Thanks. I appreciate that, James. You're so nice. And you did. You got the Prime sub to work. I didn't even think about that. Yeah. If y'all are Prime members, here's my pitch. If y'all are Prime members, send me your Prime sub. Subscribe to me with Prime. Yeah, so calculating the steps in between the two values is correct. And so the reason why we do that is because if you were to go, let me actually do a visual of this. Come on, Repeer, open. What are you doing? There we go. Took some jumping through hoops, but it worked. Yeah, it is kind of weird. But now you have the first badge you're the only person with the crown badge, James. So, Zegel, if you opened up this plugin and then it crashed, because why not? Jeez. I have some bugs in the new plugin and I just ran into one of them. Damn, this is better than purple letters in Destiny 2. Oh, the sarcasm. Lewis, what's up? How goes the DSP? It goes. It's not great. I got a delay working, but not exactly the way I wanted it to. And we're talking about linear interpolation. And I'm trying to... God dang it. Come on. What are you doing? Why do you keep crashing? I know why you're crashing. I don't know actually why you're crashing, but I know what you're crashing on. So yeah, we're talking linear interpolation partially because I want to explain it to myself, and partially because there we go, we got it to work. And partially because it's just a fun topic. So Zegel, if you were to take this plugin and go like, right, like that, like the plugin will work, right? Let's actually do that. Let's make it horrible. We're going to explain why I need linear interpolation via example. All right, let me turn off the music so we can actually hear how trash this is. Okay, so we're back in the plugin. We're going to hit play, and then we're going to do this. We're going to do that. It's going to be bad. prepare your ears. Okay. There is a cool sound to that makes it go like wop, 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 right? And then there's all of that scratchy horribleness. There's all that distortion that is a combination of like it actually peaking. And then let me actually not pan it. Let me turn this down a little bit. So hopefully we're not going to smash any ears. Let's do it one more time. All right, so now you can hear what's actually peaking, right? What's actually distorting from things. That is the values are being smoothed, like I am linearly interpolating between values on the timeline in the actual sound. I am not doing it on the slider itself. So the slider values are jumping all over the place. So what I'm doing in real time is telling the read position of the delay to go like, ugh, and it's freaking out. And it's not smoothly ramping between the two. So that definitely needs to change. And I don't know, but that might be part of the reason why I'm not getting the pitching effect. So we'll see. That might be part of it. Actually, before I go, before I had to turn this off, since James, you, and Lewis hadn't seen what I was working, or the plugin that I was showing before. Actually, let me get back to the questions. By the way, question between when I created the wave player, I had to keep track of a lot of threads and send commands to and from the UI. Does Juice do that automatically? Juice splits things between a plugin processor and a plugin editor, so I think it does have thread separation. It doesn't really make you think about it too much, but like the normal source is it gives you a plugin processor and a plugin editor, and everything that isn't DSP code is supposed to be in the editor. And I'm pretty sure it handles it handles a lot of the UI threading stuff internally by itself. But you can, like, I can put editor crap in the processor and blow it up and whatever. Okay, I need an option to turn that interpolation off. Instant sci-fi. Okay. Yeah, otherwise, you would just have two values on that slider, which would be basically binary on and off, instead of having every slider position have a value. Yeah, and it makes everything sound nicer when it's a little bit behind, when it's actually interpolating properly. So what I was showing the guys before is I have this plugin that I made a really long time ago that only James here is familiar with. I have this plugin. I made this plugin a long time ago, at least like 2 years ago. And this is a delay into a bit crusher, which it's actually cooler than I thought it was, because we're going to go back and make some cool sounds with it. So if you want it, you can go to this website. You can go to that website, and then you can get this plugin. And what it does in its delay time, I don't remember why this works the way that it does. So I hit play. Right? I can make it do some wacky cool stuff with that delay time and the pitching in between. Let's make the feedback go nuts. Let's turn this way up. Right? Right? We can get some really cool, weird noises out of this thing. I can even make it move, too. There's so many bugs in this. Oh, come on. So we get some wild. Right. So what I want to have happen in this new delay is that it would make that kind of stuff go on. And I don't remember how to do that. So if I can figure that, at least part of that out today, that would be awesome. And I'm wondering if it has something to do with linear interpolation on the parameter slider. The only other thing, let's see. Let's read through the rest of this. So I know I'm not interpolating the parameter or the slider here. So then what we do is we go get and let me know, guys, if the music is too loud or anything like that. I am happy to change that up. So what happens after that is I go and get an interpolated sample, which this is where we do the actual delay work. So read position becomes delay index minus delay time in samples. So our current read index minus how far we need to be reading from. If read position is negative, then we want to make sure that it's actually in the buffer, like within the range of the buffer. And then if then index y0 is the read position, but back one sample. And then catch and loop index y0 to the beginning. So yeah, this is another looping thing for the buffer. And this is for linear interpolation. If that position is less than or equal to 0, then we loop around again. So we have to catch the is it greater than or is it less than, which actually should have probably turned into a function itself. Index of sample y is just the read position itself. So we're casting that to an integer, which I don't know why that isn't an integer to begin with. That's weird that it's a double, but whatever. And then if that index is bigger than the total size of the buffer, wrap around. Now we want to get our delayed samples to run through linear interpolation. So I remember this was a bug that I experienced. So if the index of the buffer was nan, like didn't exist, then I needed to set that index to 0. And I don't remember why I ran into that bug, but I did. And then, so we're going to take the sample from that index and make it a const float. Same thing with the index of y1. And then we're going to create the t factor, which I don't remember what that is here. Many libraries and shading languages have a lerp helper function, linear interp helper function, known as in GLSL and known instead as mix, returning an interpolation between two inputs v0 and v1 for a parameter t in the closed unit interval 0 and 1. Signatures between lerp functions are variously implemented in both the forms v0, v1, t, and in the inverse. Excuse me. The lerp function is commonly used for alpha blending. The parameter t is the alpha value, and the formula may be extended to blend multiple components of the vector. Okay, so what we're doing here is blending with the read position casted to an integer. So we've got like a double here is what I think this is. Yeah. And then we're taking that factor, casting it to an integer. Where did that go? Yeah, casting it to an integer. So we have a remaining. We have like an in-between position, and that's where we're getting our linear interpolation. So I'm not doing that quite right with my new code, I don't think. I think this is literally saying, get me the position on the timeline, and we're holding a number that has a decimal place. We're holding a floating point number, and then we're taking the floating point and using that for the linear interpolation. I think that's actually what's happening here. How are we doing it? And we're doing the the parameter value smoothed for the other thing. So that's the only stuff that we've got going on here. And then let's see. Let me go back up. Just want to make sure I'm not doing anything else weird. Okay. Okay, so now we've got the interpolated sample. Sends the delay time in samples to get interpolated sample, which returns an interpolated sample from the delay buffer. Okay. Adds the feedback into the inputted audio, creating a feedback loop and taking into account the user desired feedback amount. So now we have buffer at delay input index, and then we have the input audio. And then output audio becomes interpolated sample. So what is buffer? Is buffer the delay buffer? Yeah, it must be. Okay. So we're taking the input audio, putting it into the delay buffer, and then we're taking the interpolated sample and putting that into the output buffer, and then we're increasing the delay index by 1. And then this is another loop around. Yeah. Okay. So we don't have there's no pitch shifting part in this at all. There's no modulator. There's no pitch shifter. There's not even in the processor. We don't do that either. We're just doing this weird buffer copy thing. What's up, DJ Zero Who? Thanks for following. I appreciate that. I don't know what I'm doing here, so I appreciate you hanging out. So yeah, I'm not doing any weird pitch shifting stuff. We're just processing the delay, and then we're doing feedback buffer copy from, and that's copying from the regular buffer. No, that's copying from, I don't even remember. But I don't think this matters for what I'm trying to do. So, let's see. We've got, where's our linear interpolation right now? Here. So read position, static cast to an int read position, but that's an integer to begin with. Yes. And how did my old plugin get the integer? Have to jump off Twitch. Have a good stream, Adam. Thanks, Mikey. Appreciate it. Hope you have a good afternoon. What you're doing is getting ready to add an envelope follower to modulate the delay time, and you're putting in a button to turn off the linear interpolation. What you're doing is, let me tell you what you're doing here. You're making the exact plugin I want you to make, even though you don't know how to make that plugin yet, because you don't have the math knowledge. But let me tell you, kapow, you're going to make that plugin, okay? You're going to make that plugin. Now we're going to mark that. Marker, me making fun of James. Oh, man. You're welcome. Does it say that I make? Does it put in the chat that I'm making a marker? Okay. Now I want to see how I calculated the read position in the old plugin. Let's see. I wish I had better stream music. Like, this is fine, but it's not amazing. Patrick, what's up? Everybody's coming to hang out today. And Twitch is totally lying to me about how many viewers I have, because the Twitch dashboard says I have 2 viewers, but like 6 of you have chatted today. So Twitch is full of it. Okay, how did I get the read time? Like the read position? Delay index. How was delay index initially set? Excuse me. Yeah, I see read position here. But where's delay index initially set? And why, the other thing is like, why is it a double? I bet you. So the problem is I can't actually build this plugin because it's got an error to it. I bet you that. Where's the prepare to play? Prepare to play, effects buffer clear, feedback buffer clear. That's weird that I have two buffers. No, it really doesn't. Delays, reset, effects buffer clear, effects buffer clear. Oh, I should do that, shouldn't I? Whoops. Yeah, okay. Let me actually add that before I don't think of it other things. Release resources. Oh, come on. I want, is it delay? Right? That's the thing. No member name clear and delays. Oh, it's delay right, delay left, and then delays. Okay, so I'm not actually using these anymore. I don't think. Yeah. Let's clean up some stuff. Save that. Let's do delay. Shoot, come on. Void clear. Let's do that. And then void delay clear is was this buffer? Buffers dot clear. Just do that. And then in the processor, in release resources, now we will do delays.clear. Cool. Okay, that's another thing that needed to happen. Let's keep looking. I don't see where I initially set the delay time. If juice audio playhead equals get playhead, position info, playhead, get current position, conductor.update. Oh, right, because I needed that for the beat syncing. That's correct. And then now, this is super awesome and intriguing as me just talking through freaking code. Either that or it's like peaceful for you. I don't know. This has to be the most people I've ever had on a stream in one day. Because there's like 6 of you that have talked today. And then typically there's a couple more of you who just appear. Okay. Let's see. Insert feedback, delays. Feedback data, feedback value, delay time ID. Okay, so that's probably where it gets set. So let's go back to delay. Process float delay time. Delay time. We get delay time in samples. Delay index, and then I'm sending that to get free time. So that becomes read position. So I bet delay index is a double that. Yeah, okay, so then what is the min-max of delay time? That's the question. Let's look at effects panel. I'm going to explain all this in a second, so make sense if you care. Delay time ID, delay max ID, delay min ID. Okay. All right. Here's what happens. The reason why linear interpolation works here is because we have a delay time slider with a range of 0.1 or 0.01 and 5 that goes in steps of 0.1. Okay? That's delivered back. So when I retrieve that value, when I retrieve this value, this is a double between 0.01 and 5.00. So when we retrieve that value here, where is it? Retrieve that value here. I convert that to samples in this function. So it is not, when float delay time shows up here, this is not samples. This is 0.01 to 5.0, which is hilarious now because I'm increasing this. I'm actually effing it up. And I'm trying to get a 0 to a 1. So I've got a bunch of jacked up code here. Trying to get a minimum of 0.01 and a positive of 0.1 or 1.0. And then we're mapping that to sample rates that include this crazy fractional value, right? And then we're running that through linear interpolation, which is coming back as an integer. So that's how that smoothing works, is probably because it's taking that partial value and doing the linear interpolation on that, the partial value meaning the decimal point value. And so it's helping, it's using that as the factor, as the T factor, as the, God, I'm really bad at explaining this math concept. It's taking, in this linear interpolation formula, V0 is current position of the slider. V1 is previous position of the slider, and T is the in-between factor, right? That's the decimal point factor. So I thought I understood this, and now we're getting time smoothed back as an integer. So let me see if I can follow that. Because this should now be This is now a whole number, right? But we're getting interpolated sample, which is also a double, right? So getting interpolated sample takes delay time in samples and uses delay index, casting that to a double, which I don't see why it needs to be cast as a double. No, it needs to be cast as a double because it's an integer. Right, because the index has to be an integer. That's really weird. This is never going... Read position is never going to be not a whole number. Or it shouldn't be. Even though float is... This is a float delay time in samples. Which is hilarious because I'm sending a float at double, but whatever. This should literally always be a whole number. Now I really want to debug this. I might just do it. Let's see if I can make that happen. See if I can do... Build failed. Yeah, I think I'm kind of screwed. Let me see. Oh, we're at co-working time anyway, so I'm going to have to wrap this up. But this has been a fun opportunity to learn, at the very least. Let's see. Let's see if I can find it. Come on. Can I not pull you down? No, of course not. CPP, is that in here? No, of course not. Now we're just going to have you look over everything. Let's see. Oops. There we go. Let's see. Okay, let's see if I open this way. If this will now build. But it won't. Oh. Maybe it will. Fun part, we're about to enter a new part of the stream where I'm going to stay on streaming at 1 o'clock. But we're going to enter co-working mode. So I'm not going to continue to work on this plugin all day because I can't, because I have an actual job to do. But I'm going to try and stick on the stream for a while until like I have a reason where I have to disappear, and that might happen rapidly. But we're going to try co-working. We'll see how that works. So my screen will be hidden shortly. But I'll hang out, be on the stream for a little while, be chit-chatting about stuff. Be a good time. And if you are working, we can continue to working together. And if you got to run, you can run. But we'll update that in a minute. I really want to see. This looks like it actually might build. Really want to see if this actually builds. No! Okay, that's still possible to fix. I like the framework changed and broke my plugin. What a jerk. Build still failed. I'm not going to try to do presets. I'm not going to try to handle that right now. Looking at the old plugin actually gave me a lot of encouragement that I was doing this better than I thought I have been recently. Like, I did a good job with the old plugin. Good! Thanks, James. example of bilinear interpolation. I haven't seen this before, whatever bilinear interpolation is. Piecewise linear function. Because I've heard of linear, cubic, and bicubic, but I hadn't heard of I guess it makes sense to have bilinear. Oh, that's the distance between two different lines. That's interesting. Aw, thanks that I did a good job with the old plugin. I appreciate your encouragement, James. I now currently, thanks to this music, feel like I'm in a massage room. So, that's weird. No, not that kind of massage room, James. Stop. Don't make it weird. Moving on. This is getting weird. Don't make it weird. Why do you make it weird? I can't wait to show y'all my new office. My new Twitch office. You're going to see it in just a few minutes. Do I have a choice but to make it weird? Yes. You don't have to make it weird. Man, this build is taking forever. Oh, and it's not going to build. I can see it already. At least how big it is. I think it's going to get mad. Oh, maybe that's the old one. Oh. Come on, you can do it. I have 3 subs. That's crazy. I didn't think I'd get this far. But that's pretty neat. I wonder what I wonder if I've made like $5 on Twitch yet. What do you do for your day-to-day job? As in, what do you code on? Workflow plug, or like do workflow tooling a lot. Let's see. What is there anything I can describe without breaking my NDA? So I guess the easiest way to put it is most of my day-to-day involves working with the tool Audiokinetic Wise. It's a game audio middleware. That and making that work between a proprietary game engine. So making stuff that makes the operation of both Wise and the game engine easier and making the interoperability, like all of that stuff work. So today I have to work on some music related things. For example, to tools to make music content creation easier, I guess is the easiest way to put it. Yeah, it is basically widgetry, as James just put it. So instead of like, could not launch Reaper 64, LLDB provided no error string. Okay, that's fine. I mean, if it built but didn't run Reaper, let me see if I can actually edit the scheme and fix that. Other applications, Raspberry Pi. Come on. Reaper. Choose. Close. Let's run. Yeah, so essentially instead of somebody having to go build a thing by hand to say, hey, when this music, when this happens in the game, play this music, I get to take that data and make a tool that somebody can click a button and all of that data will just magically get hooked to the game properly. So I think it's the easiest explanation of the things that I am working on today. Okay. Cool. So this actually looks like it might work. Let me do suspension. Okay. So it does pull up. Let's try to debug this real quick for just a couple of minutes. Yeah, I think it's cool too. Yeah, it's less like DSP related, though maybe one day that will happen. But that is not the current need that I am resolving typically. I want to see if delay, what the heck delay time in samples is. Build it. This is cool. I didn't think I'd be able to get this far and rebuild this thing. Maybe I'll actually go back and fix it someday. Maybe. But right now we got to build a ping pong delay, and I want to build a ping pong delay that has the game Pong in it because that would be just too perfect. We're going to have to like make a plugin and make a game inside of the plugin. Make a game inside of the plugin where the plugin, like there is no game engine. Like I'm going to have to build all I think I'm signing up for pain and hell is probably what I'm signing up for. But why not? Why not try? Right? Why not make an attempt? All right, I'm just going to make sure that nobody's messaged me because I'm technically 10 minutes over. No, nobody cares. Come on, build! Build already! Have any of you gotten an ad break yet? Especially, actually, you're all subscribed, so you're not going to get ad breaks. What am I thinking? There's like 4 of you here that are subscribed now. Because I'm half tempted to pay myself and press the advertisement button. Pay myself like 2 cents. But I don't remember if I... Oh, you got 2 ads. Was that before or after you subbed, James? You probably got a pre-roll ad, I think. I wanted to ask, I thought about a plugin a couple of weeks ago. Would it be possible to create an audio visualizer plugin where you modify and create visualizers that react to the audio? Like, you want a plugin that sits on a track that's just a visualizer, Zegel? Like what you would get from like Winamp or Windows Media Player or whatever, or iTunes? One before and one after, I think. Interesting. Yeah, you shouldn't get them after you subscribe. Like, I should be able to hit the add button and nothing will happen for y'all. Okay, let's see. Suspension. Okay, so... This is not giving me anything. Will it give me something if I hit the play command? Yes, exactly, but customizable like a small and easier Touch Designer. So I haven't used Touch Designer yet. Would be cool content for producers. So like, yeah, you could, but like, okay. You can, with a plugin, you can take any data, like it's just, what a plugin does, right, is I'm taking this audio waveform data and then taking these individual, if I scroll all the way in, right, taking these individual discrete samples, and then I'm changing the math and doing weird, funny algorithms with it, right? So you can take these individual sample points and then translate them to visuals if you want. You have to then create the visuals on the screen, right? And Juice comes packaged with like an OpenGL library, I think. So like, yeah, if you knew how to do that stuff, you totally could. If you wanted to make it user interactable at that point, theoretically you could too. And you would just read the audio and make it whatever visual thing that you wanted. Like that's not impossible. Where my brain gets confused is why would you want to do that in a plugin form instead of just a standalone audio application that like listens to, that'll read your music file and then create visuals out of that, right? Like that seems to make more sense to me than doing it in a plugin format, because a plugin is prototypically like to manipulate audio, right? But all you're doing, if I do like, if I pull up Req and then press play, like you're going to see a waveform bounce, right? You see that waveform. That's just visual. Yeah, that's true, since it wouldn't have to visualize on a single channel like a snare, for example. Yeah, and like, again, I ask, then my question is, what is the purpose of the output, right? Because if the purpose of the output is to visualize just the snare sample, then sure, like, make it a plugin. But then also, like, or you could make a visualizer that is a multi-track visualizer or something like that, multi-audio, essentially you could take the stems of a song, right, and visualize them all independently, and your like gain knobs or whatever would turn into how intense the visuals are or something like that. But yeah, I mean, like, theoretically you could, but why would you do it, right? Why would you do it in that format? Okay, so I don't understand why debug isn't working now. Because I used debug here, and that's actually not showing me the process here, which is lame. So let me... Yeah, it's totally not attached. Like, it says it's running Reaper, but we're not hitting this at all. It's not hitting the breakpoint. Okay, so this shows me that I should theoretically be able to debug this, but to figure out exactly how to debug it is going to take a little bit of time, and I'm not going to take that time on this stream right this second because I have to get back to regular work. So now we're not going to end the stream, but we're going to end this part of the stream, and I'm going to show off my fancy new office. I'm going to invite you in to my new office. I hope you enjoyed this, because I certainly am. James likes it. I can see that. It's actually, I'm not even sitting in my chair properly, so I got to move myself back in my chair a little bit. I love this so much. Yeah. So I worked with Bing's AI the other day, and I said, hey, Bing, you're my personal assistant, so says Microsoft. Will you please make me a new office? And this is my, I can't even get my hands to show up. This is my new office. I told it I wanted to travel to a place where it had, that had mountains and had water and beaches. You know, if this were real, my back wouldn't be turned to this world, but you know, here it is. Are those pterodactyls? I don't know. Like in the background by the chat? Maybe. I feel like I need to change the chat. Chat's hard to read right now. Let's say yes. I love that completely unplanned. The sound, the guitar sound sounds like something you'd hear on the beach right now too. That's too funny. Well, now you're hearing the sound of me closing Reaper. That's hilarious. So yeah, I'm gonna hang around. I literally don't have calls for a little while. So this is the way this is gonna work. I'm like trying to play with this idea. It's better with pterosaurs. I don't even know what that is. Or is that just is that the scientific name for pterodactyl? I've wanted to stream longer than an hour. But obviously, like, I've got a regular job I've got to do, and I want to respect that too. However, some days I am working from home, and if I am not doing anything that makes sound or somehow shows a visual that breaks NDA, then I'm doing fine. Pterosaur is the family that pterodactyls belong to. I should just understand that. That should just make sense, I guess. And I'm not doing anything that makes any sounds or breaks any NDA or shares anything. I just need to make sure that I'm not an idiot and that I'm careful for that. So if I have other stuff to go do that causes me to have to be concerned with that, I am getting off stream. That is not going to occur on the stream, obviously. But if I don't, then I can kind of hang out here and do some stuff, which is fun. You'll just hear me talk to myself, and people can be here or they cannot. So I'm going to change... I think I'm going to change the stream info now. This is the first time I've done this, so... Co-working... What are we drum rolling, James? All right, we're going to stay in software development, software and game development. We have now updated the stream info. All right, let's see here. And I will probably narrate my experience, because this is also like part of the reason why I thought this would be fun is I paid attention and watched some co-working streams over the weekend, and they were fun. I don't know that I want to do, like, most of the co-working streams have like a Pomodoro timer thing that they do, and I don't know that I want to do that, but I typically, when I'm working, I kind of narrate what I'm doing anyway. So I figured I would. All right, let's create next week's planner. Pomodoro as in tomato? Yes. Have you never heard of the Pomodoro timer technique thing for working, James? It's like work X amount of time and then take a break for X amount of time. You should look at it. You should look it up. It's like a 20, I think the default is like a 20-minute timer where you work for 20 minutes and then you take a break for 5 or something like that. So a lot of the co-working streams, tomato break. I love that. Tomato break. We take a break and eat our tomatoes. That's too funny. What is today? Today is the 20th? Ah, Oh. Oh, that's funny. My planner tool, my planner script that I built, I think I set up the plan for next week early, and now it set up the plan. I think I set up the plan for this week, next week, and now I just ran the planner script because I thought I hadn't run it, and I think it built next week already, which is funny. I mean, tomatoes are okay, but like, I usually actually I pull tomato off most things. Yeah, I like my, this background's fun because most of the co-working streams are like a close-up on somebody, and then we just quietly work together. But then, I obviously, like, I don't want to show my entire setup. I don't have a room that's nice. I don't have like a Twitch space. So one day I will get that. That is a goal that I would like to achieve one day. But we are not there today. So I figured with the use of AI, I can just create my own office whenever I feel like it. And the weird part is I don't have legs. I don't have legs. Like, you all did give me the exact, the exact feedback I was looking for, the exact reaction I wanted when I was like, okay, I'm going to switch to my co-working thing. We switched to my new office, and then suddenly, move the background, not me. And then suddenly, I have this new background, and everybody's like, "Ooh, look at that!" That's totally exactly the thing I wanted. So thank you for that. Okay, let's see if anybody's messaged me, and I'll probably talk less. I'm gonna have to get used to this part, but the idea would be that we can just chill and you can work on what you're working on and I can work on what I'm working on or something like that. Some people do have like task trackers on Twitch, which I think would be cool to have something like that. Already, I'm gonna go to sleep because it's 11:30 here. Thanks for the stream and have a good work day. Thanks, Zegel. Where are you at, man? Like, where is 11:30? What place is that in the world? Like, no wonder you can make my streams. The Netherlands! Dope! That's awesome. Thanks for hanging out from the Netherlands. I haven't ever been there. I would love to know more about it. You go have a wonderful evening and sleep, Zegel. And I'll catch you on Thursday. I will be here on Thursday. Thanks for hanging out. Okay. No big chat things. Let's get into other work stuff. This is fun. I can absolutely have Twitch up and like not be worried about what you're looking at on my screen so long as I don't click anything stupid. That's cool. I didn't know I had a Netherlands audience. It makes sense. That like most people from the Pacific time zone aren't going to make a stream like this. No. Okay. I also noticed that chat is really hard to see. So maybe I'll change that. I'm gonna have a list of things to work on. Let's build the week planner though. Let's do that. Today is the 20th. It's really weird. I feel like today should be a Monday because I had yesterday off, but it's not a Monday. I'm also trying to defeat the thought in my head that I need to be entertaining right now. Yesterday, I actually streamed. Yesterday? It was either yesterday or 2 days ago, and I tried this co-working thing on a largely unannounced stream, and I just stopped talking during the middle of it, and I just chilled, and it was actually pretty freaking peaceful, and that was awesome. Okay, so let's build the rest of the items. So we're gonna bill pay thing. Humorously, I can also keep Twitch chat up separately on a different little screen here. Let's see. I'm curious about my Twitch analytics now for a second. Earnings. I have earned $3.98, not including today's stream. So, James, you just paid me for more of a cup of coffee. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, like, I have to make $50 to get paid out, which seems pretty daunting, but it's not impossible. Oh, I have to cancel a thing tonight. That's like that sweet, sweet Java money. That's like 2 years of Spotify royalties for me. That's sad. What's funny is I don't even drink coffee, so it's not even Java money for me, technically. All right, now we've got personal calendar set. There's like a lot of stuff going on, but also not a lot of stuff going on. Tea, perhaps? It's like... No, it's like ice cream cookie money or something like that for me. Good thing I like my day job. Yeah, agreed. Oh, sad. I can't describe why it's sad, but I'm looking at some work things and I am now sad. I have sad feelings. All right. Sadness under NDA. Non-disclosure sadness. NDS, non-disclosure sadness. Yeah, sometimes there's things you can't talk about that make you feel bad. You go, oh. But it'll be all right. Manager work. I can't wait until I'm not conscious that I am on Twitch and I just start saying shit that I would normally say to myself. Like right now, you think that this is like what I am when I'm just normal. But it's not. I'm actively like, my brain is going like, you should be entertaining people. You should be talking. And I'm like trying to be like, no, shh, it's okay. Calm down. I can't figure out if the sad things that are under NDA are worse or the exciting ones. Say that again, James. You can't figure out if the sad things that are NDA are worse than other one. Like, I don't understand. Okay. Today, I did not plan my day yesterday as I should have. Or let's not say as I should have. Let's say it's easier when I plan my day in advance. Today I did not do that. And that's okay. It's just easier when I do that. Like, which is harder? I'm not being able to share the sad or the exciting ones. As in, is it worse to have something sad that you can't talk about, or be excited about your work and not be able to talk about it? Oh, definitely the latter. Yeah. I just have to comment that I like how my camera setup is over here, so that when I'm staring, it looks like I'm looking at that Mac monitor that's on the stupid... It's just the dumb pleasures. It looks like I'm actually looking at a monitor. Yeah, it's definitely worse to not be able to talk about the exciting things under NDA. Like, because there's so much stuff that I've worked on or I'm working on that I'd really want to talk about and be excited about, but that's not a thing. Like, sad things are sad, but this isn't so sad that it's like a big deal. And like, I guess the real sad NDA things are like layoffs that happened in October that, I mean, they're technically NDA'd, right? But a lot of stuff got leaked and or it's just not appropriate to talk about. So that's all sad, but it's not, I'm not. Meh. Oh man, I wish I could get my Vim working with C++ properly, because I love working in regular NeoVim. I don't like Xcode. Not nearly as much. Also, I feel like a freaking wizard when I'm flying around in my Neovim instance. I'm doing my regular planning right now. Wow, I really dropped the ball on following my planner last week. Oh, right. I have to do that. I have to do redacted. Okay. So, almost all of my meetings for the day are complete. Let's see. I'm working through my actual day planner, and I haven't... On my day planner, typically I start with things that I'm grateful for, and then if I need to update my planner, because I don't use half this crap, and I've built it with the intention to use it, and I don't. But let's do the gratitudes. I had an excellent therapist appointment, so let's be thankful for that. I enjoy streaming on Twitch. I get to work from home. Twitch chat has made me laugh. I usually list 3 things, but it's not a rule, so I'm going to list more. Is it sunny? No, it's not sunny. We're not thankful for that. We're not thankful for the fact that it's gross outside. Thankful I have a Kindle I can write on. Why are you thankful that it's gross outside? Oh, you love the rain. Okay. I see me. I wish I had like July, August. I wish I had early July Seattle like year round. Yeah, I know it's green because of the rain, but like if I could have Los Angeles with Seattle's nature without the pollution, if I could have LA's weather without the pollution in Seattle permanently, done. After living here, I am now in the Praise the Sun camp. You aren't local either, Jane, or you aren't local either, Patrick. You moved here, right? Because I think that's a different thing. Like people I know who are from here are like I just don't know any better. James, on the other hand, knows better because he's lived other places. Yeah, see, you're like me. All right, am I thankful for anything else today? I feel good. Happy and relaxed. I keep telling you the trick to Seattle winters is to go fishing for steelhead. I mean, yeah, but doesn't that mean I have to wake up at like the ass crack of dawn and it's like in 30-degree weather and I have to go experience the outdoors? Texas taught me that the sun was always trying to kill me like Mario 3. Except now you're in the Praise the Sun camp. So what is it, Patrick? Yeah, I'm not into the wake up early. I also am not into like be out in 30-degree weather. I'm very much whiny and meh. Okay, let's see. What is tomorrow? I need to cancel a meeting on the books for tomorrow because that's the sad NDA thing. What else do I want to handle today? I think tomorrow will be... Okay, so tomorrow is fairly meetingless. Not meaningless, meetingless. Let's work out at 8 a.m. tomorrow. 4 p.m. meeting. So what are you two working on? Because I think it's only y'all here. Pre-production. NDA'd pre-production. I think that's the monthly. Or is that my monthly? No, because it's not my monthly. Okay. Okay. Planning out sounds and how to implement them into the game. That is an important thing to do. What else do I want to do tomorrow? I want to do the documentation. Let's go ahead and take care of a bill today. Tomorrow, let's do that. And let's do that. I started a new gig last week, currently making a write-up of some investigations into a pipeline and what my plan of action is. Cool. Is that a freelance gig, or did you like interview and get a job? And congratulations on a new gig, by the way. Hell yeah. You know, I might actually do the Pomodoro timer thing. I might have to look that up. I saw how to do that on Twitch. Because that would be good. Because then if I set a time to work, then I'd have a block of work time. And then we could all take a break and whatever. But then, like, I would get up and go to the bathroom, move around, or whatever. Short contract at the moment. That might be something more in the future. That's awesome. Hell yeah. Congratulations. Okay. What else do I want to work on today? I want to work on that tool today. That's what I want to do. Okay. The game is really cool, and I look forward to talking about it when I can. That's like every game that you work on. You hate that you can't talk about it, Patrick? For me, it's less about like I can't talk about the game now because I'm not typically directly making content anymore. But it's like I just made this cool thing that I'm really stoked about that I can't tell you about, which is sad. Like that I would want to tell you about, but I can't. And that's a bummer. Like I learned last Thursday, I figured out how to do some really complex, or what feel really complex custom things in this proprietary engine that we work on, and I can't say anything about that. But I want to be like, oh my god, I did this thing. It seems harder for tools development because that stuff might never be able to talk about. Yeah, I mean, like, I can't, but I also can't. I don't understand the clear line. Like, there isn't a clear line where if I make content, if I still made content in Destiny 2, when it comes out, I can talk about it coming out. But I can't, like, what's the line at which behind the scenes sharing is appropriate? like that is a very gray line. And so since technically I am a like lead in the company and I represent the company, I typically don't really talk about that. Okay, I'm now looking at my Twitch stream and my stream is the chat and my stream is pissing me off, so I'm going to change that. I don't remember if it's that or if it's Streamlabs. I think it's Streamlabs. Yeah. All widgets. Chat box. Oh, is this a different chat box? Okay. Copy, copy. Let's update this. Chat. Paste. Okay. Oh, that didn't change anything. Do I have to save it? Save settings. We'll see if that... Oh, yep, there we go. Now it disappeared and it should come back. Oh, it's totally nuked the chat is what it did. It'll come back a little bit later. See, like, even I would say currently in Office as the background here and then, like, put a little Bungie logo on it or something, but I am sure that the company would not appreciate that. Okay. Let's see here. Let's get to actual work. Microsoft Edge restarted. Needs to be restarted in the next 3 days. Fine. Oh, that's interesting. It's like slightly transparent, it looks like. That's pretty neat. Dude, I had put a lot of Googling of C# together. Okay. Well, that was the shortest song in the history of the universe. Don't need that. Don't need that. Don't need that. Excuse me. No, I don't need that either. to stand up in a few minutes because my watch is like, you need to stand up. Maybe I should drink more water. Okay. Let's see. How does this work? It's kind of fun. So this is a funny challenge is I realize that normally when I be talking to myself, like while working, I would also be speaking about the things that I'm working on in a very explicit manner. Excuse me. I would be talking about certain parts of the product or whatever. And today I'm like, nope, that's not going to happen. Okay, so let's open that up. I'll just vaguely say the things like this and that and whatever. So another thing I need to look up is Twitch Pomodoro timer. Oh, you know what? Study overlay. Cute little clock. Click one of these options above to see more detail. Work time in minutes, rest time in minutes. It's also fun to like do this live in real time and like I can just build a thing and it doesn't have to be perfect and I can just build it live in real time. Oh, that's funny. Oh, let's try this silly, goofy thing. Work time, let's stand up in 20 minutes. And then let's do rest time of 10 minutes. Generate link, copy. Let's try browser source. Pomodoro. Oh, that's ugly. Oh, that's really ugly. Why does it have the disgusting green background? Also, I want to just change... I guess I could key that out if I wanted to. There we go. I mean, technically that works. Oh, I can't pull them both down at the same time. All right. And then what if I wanted to do... No, that is not what I want. That makes it real hard to read. Okay. Well, what's sad is with this, I'm not going to be able to have an alarm go off. All right. Here we go. Twitch says I have one viewer remaining. I've lost one of you too. Makes me sad. No. Well, that's fun. No, OBS says I have one viewer. Twitch stream says I have 2 viewers. I shouldn't care about that. You're not required to stay. Okay. Cool. Let's look and see. Oh, you're both here. See, I haven't been abandoned. And even if I was, it would be okay. Let's look at that file. So the fun thing that I'm doing, if I can NDA describe it, is translating data from one format to another. So I'm trying to establish the initial data format. All the meetings were this morning, so it's just me doing that good work now. Aw, you're doing very good work, James. I think I might need to get a bot or something like that. Like, I don't know how people do the Pomodoro thing, but I like that idea. Like, schedule a block of work time that we can all, or I can hang out and sit here. And then if I get interrupted, I get interrupted, and I gotta be like, I gotta leave the stream, see ya. Or if I don't, then I have a very specific thing where I can, like, stand up, go use the restroom, get more water, etc., and I can hang out with people. Okay, so trying to establish the initial format and then what that needs to turn into. So, okay. So I need to understand does do all blanks do all X's do Y? Okay, I think I see that would need to get made like that. Then this needs to be synced. Oh. So they're not all the same. But that preset is. Actually, I don't even need to ask that question. I can just set that as default for now and then not worry about it. We're all doing good work here. James and Patrick and me doing good work all together. Okay. No, I don't need to reload them. I just need to quit. Quit. Okay, so where do I want to go? Do I want to make the UI first, or do I want to make the... Yeah, let's do that. I think I'm in that wrong project. Yes, I was. Okay. Let's see. I don't remember how to make all of the things fit properly. Let's do a height of... Can I change the width and height on these? Time to build a UI. I think this is my favorite thing about doing tools work, is that I get to take a thing that is seemingly complex or is directly in code and turn it into a little thing that somebody can press a button on and it just works. It is very satisfying. Very satisfying indeed. Okay. That means I can get rid of the margins, which is cool. Let's nuke that. Let's nuke that. Let's save and let's build. 10 minutes. 10 minutes is still stand-up time. It should be good because I've been sitting in my freaking desk chair all day. I'm also curious to see what Twitch does with me like streaming longer, because it's not like I'm trying to aim to be partner or anything like that, but and it's not like I think that this co-working stream stuff is going to be like heavily followed or something like that, but I'm just curious to see what happens, because it doesn't take much time. All you got to do is add another hour onto what you're doing, and then suddenly you're exponentially increasing your output. And we got some good marker clips to be able to share on social media this week. Should be fun. Build. Yeah, more visibility maybe. I don't even know that that's like... Is that what I'm going for? Like, I'm not really going for anything right now. Like, there's not really a goal. I'm just building just to build, I guess. Like, I think long term, doing the Twitch lunch thing is really like, I want to be selling plugins for sure. But I'm not even really close to the point of like, yeah, I'm going to sell a plugin yet. Maybe this will become something like that, but it is not where I'm at right now, that's for sure. Okay, let's nuke my temporary thing. Goodbye, you can be deleted now. I'm like narrating a thing that nobody can see. Now we're getting more towards what I'm like by myself. Okay, so if I've been okay, I don't need to generate this, but that looks cool. I like that. Other than the top part, I want to have more spacing, and I think we should have a title. Okay, I want... How did I do this before? Oh, I directly said what the text block was there before. Okay, let's see. Excuse me. What is the XAML for this? Oh, interesting. That's cool. I can make titles normally. Let's see. Text block. Let's actually straight up copy that. Change forwards. We want that. Save. Let's see what that causes it to look like. Four minutes on our Pomodoro. And then I'm going to stand up. I'll probably get some seaweed snacks. Move my legs a little bit. Because I've been going a solid 2 hours at this point sitting in this desk. That's why I am yawning and feeling bleh. Two hours, 11 minutes is what we've been doing. Now it's just funny. The Twitch dashboard now says that I have one viewer and OBS says I have two viewers. Liars. Yeah, the big stretch. This is nice and peaceful. It's music. All right, let's test this out. That actually doesn't look bad. But it does make me realize I want all of it to be indented properly. Let's do that. Can I do... like that? Betcha I can. Oh, that's not a property of that? Really? That's lame. Oh, derp. I don't know how to type C#. Alright, save that. Rebuild. We have 1 minute on our Pomodoro. On our tomato timer. Uh-oh, somebody's knocking for something outside. Hold on one sec. I have returned, but we still have 2.5 minutes on a break. So this can be like chat or social media time. Let's see. See, now OBS and Twitch dashboard says I have one of you left. So the other one of you bailed. Unfriended. No, not for real. I wonder if you can hear this horrible noise in the background. I have a little stepper. And I never use it for... Oh. You're both here. I love how bad Twitch is at knowing who's here. Let's see. So I have this little like elliptical stepper thing that I typically use like if I'm at home or waking up or whatever, just need to move a little bit. And it makes this like thumping sound. And I would put it under my desk, but I have a printer right underneath my feet. So, well, now you would be able to hear it, James. If you could hear it, you would be able to hear it now. But it's like good to get a little bit of like old people can't move movement in. Computers do just lie, especially on the internet. We got 17 seconds. I'm actually going to take a little longer than that. So I inadvertently started a viral thread the other day because somebody said, a Threads friend of mine said that music is just math. And I said that music is just programming because when you're twiddling knobs on a VST, that's what you're doing anyway, is you're being a programmer. And then I got a bunch of people being angry at me for that. And it was very funny. And so now I'm looking at all of these replies going, do I respond to any of them? And the answer is no. No, I don't. There's a couple of people who were nice about it. But most of them were just like, well, actually, like, okay. I'm not trying to convince you. This little, like, stepper thing is significantly more of a, like, calf workout than you'd think. James, I just saw your message to me. Oh, the Pomodoro timer restarted itself. Shit. I didn't realize the tomato... I mean, I knew the tomato time was over, but I didn't realize it restarted itself automatically. Oh, now James hears it. Okay. I think I might try to rearrange the bottom of my desk so that I can put this thing underneath the desk. And then you definitely wouldn't hear it. And B, then I could actually, like, not get a workout in, but, like, be burning some calories while working. I think the thing I really want is a desk as a treadmill desk, but I don't have space for that, number one. And number two, I hate when I have, like, being on camera and, like, bopping around while you're walking is a thing that I don't really enjoy. So, all right, well, we can go with the short-term tomato time today. And then the next break can just be some more stepping time for a couple of minutes. I think I'm just going to reduce the height of this and then call that good. Can I resize this window and break everything? Oh, I totally can. But can I do that with everything else too? Let's see. Yeah, that's whatever. I don't care. Okay, so... Urgent. And actually, I'm going to change the sounds. We're going to go away from the music. And we're going to go into nice little noise. Pause. Come on, you can do it. You can pause the music. Or you won't. All right, whatever. What's up, Cruise Bodge? You might be able to. Depends on what your question is. You got a for loop that gets an array like this. If array is equal to 3, if array I is equal to 3, it will get me min number and max number for the first 3 and last 3, but I have to reset the code to make it work, and I can't think of another way to fix it. I'm not sure what the question is on that, because if it's a legit question, if your position is, like, in that example, your position would be the third position. Yeah, I'm not really clear on exactly what the question is. All right. Should I put on rain sounds or wave sounds? That's the question for the background. Yeah, I can't run that code. Rain sounds. All right, let's see if this plays. It's really quiet. All right, can y'all hear that? Sweet. Is that loud enough? Sweet. Okay. Let's see. All right, we'll do a little bit of rain and then we're going to move to waves because I also want some waves, I think. Okay, I don't have that file locally. Let's see. Space. Let's see if that... Okay. Right. I wanted to reduce the height of that. That's correct. This is a fun little way to do this. Like, not show you all anything I'm working on because it's all under NDA. But hang out. Oh, and it's not break time anymore. I'm going to have to... Currently in office. I'm going to have to do some stuff to get this, like, Pomodoro timer / text working properly. Like, it feels like this should be an automated system, and I don't know how to do that yet. And then we can also add fun tasks and things for other people to, like, you can have your own tasks to follow along. Okay, I want to change the height of this. Let's see if that's better. Okay, build worked. Ooh, whoa, way too small. Too small. Let's make that bigger. The other interesting thing about this that I'm noticing is, like, if I was working without being on Twitch at the same time, like, it's the same thing that has caused me to, I like co-working meetings where, like, people can either turn their cameras on or off or whatever, but the intention is largely so that people are quiet during the co-working time. Um, and but this is like, I feel like I have supervision right now. Like, I know that I can go do anything or do whatever I want, and I'm not in trouble if I'm not working or if I'm like taking a break or something like that. But I don't have the inclination to, like, as soon as I hit the build button, it's going to be 30 seconds or 15 seconds or whatever it is. So I don't have the inclination to be like, let me just like look up my phone or pull up YouTube or whatever thing, because like I have a camera on me right now. Technically, I'm even being recorded. So that's still too small. So though you can't see what I'm working on, I'm still kind of being held accountable, I guess, in a way. This is nice, James. I like the rain sounds idea. That was nice. The music was good, but it was getting a little like, I wanted to listen to like copywritten music that I'm not allowed to listen to. Like, if I'm going to listen to music, I want to listen to the music I want to listen to, not random stream allowed music. Which I did that last time, and then the VOD was like, no, we have to mute part of your stream because this song wasn't allowed. Like, well, then why am I even doing this? Remind me and I'll send you some good rain. Well, I don't want to run Reaper in the background and like have it loop or something like that. This is just a website that I use rain sounds for. Actually, I primarily use this website for white noise, because I'll put on white. And that's the other thing I actually like to do is I like to, white noise helps me focus. If I have white noise and white noise and noise cancellation, I'm good. Okay, I like that. That's a good looking UI. Now I want to set a default for that. I don't remember how to set the default, so let's go look at the tool stuff. Do you want that? Okay, so let's... We have 2 minutes, 20 seconds. Let's do, I want title. Oh, that equals this. No. Hate when that happens. Oh, 4 seconds. All right, we'll take break time. I kind of enjoy that. I kind of enjoy the enforced break here, and the enforced break makes me not want to quit. And whenever I don't want to quit, God, that's loud and thumpy. Whenever I don't want to quit, it actually makes me want to work harder. Should WD-40 this. Maybe that squeak will go away. Whew. Take a break time. I think I'm only going to do like 5 minutes here, but I'm totally not aligned with my chair here. What the crap? All right. think I hear the calf thing now. You absolutely do. It's going click, 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 click. This is what I'm saying. What I'd like to do is put this underneath my desk. It's one of those like stepper things that old people can use to walk on while they're watching TV or whatever. I primarily use it as like a apartment elliptical replacement. But I think I might reorg my desk to put it underneath my desk. We'll see. But it's at least given me some... It's not exactly like burning a lot of calories or anything, but some movement is definitely better than no movement. We got 5 minutes. I can't believe y'all have stuck with me all afternoon. This is crazy. I would have logged out by now. So thanks. I have messages. I haven't caught in a stream in a while, so it's nice to just hang for a bit. Aw. I love you, Patrick. Not just because you subscribe to me, but because you're a good, wonderful friend. I'll be excited to hear more about what you're working on later, too. That didn't take too long, either. You started doing some Godot stuff, and next thing you know, you got another gig. Trying to find a decent position for this because this is not exactly like the easiest thing on my knees. I was a little surprised. Well, I'm glad you were. I'm glad you got not caught off guard, but imposter syndrome because you feel like you're not good enough to whatever? Or what? Three minutes. Just haven't built enough systems, maybe? What do you mean by that? Like, you feel like, you mean like programmatic systems or like life systems? Yeah, this thing definitely needs some WD-40. Oh, well, yeah, I mean, you and everybody else. I'm not saying that your feelings are unfounded, but I'm right there with you. It's not abnormal. Oh, we got a minute, 40 seconds. Yeah, I'm wondering. I don't know what the hell. I might have a ton of crap underneath my desk, so I'm not exactly sure where I could put this. We'll figure it out. Also, the question is me doing this little stepper for 20 minutes at a time really worth the calorie burn or not? I imagine that there's like a very minuscule amount of calories that get burned in doing this thing. Also, I feel like an old person, which I am not, but it's hilarious. I wonder if I could do it in reverse too. Oh gosh, that's harder. All right. Tomato time is done. Back to it. Now I look like I'm back at the desk again. That's great. I guess this is nice because then I can just turn and do the little stupid stepper thing. Okay. We have our filters set. Now what do I need to set? I don't know what header is. Good header to use would be one that works probably. Yes, that is accurate. Especially if I am coding C++, then that is accurate. Unfortunately, I'm not coding C++ right now. But, welcome, Versi. Verchi? How do you pronounce that? Also, I think you just followed. Yeah, thanks for following, Verchi. Verchi, is it X Verchi or X Versi? I got it right the first time. Versi. Okay, cool. Thanks for letting me know. And thanks for coming to hang out. And thanks for chatting. And thanks for following. We're doing this is my first shot at like a co-working stream today, so I get to work from home technically when I would like to, but what I do is part of the week. And the things that I am working on from home I cannot share and I cannot talk about because I am under NDA for them. So I'm not sharing my screen or like describing anything in detail. But usually the first hour of this stream, or at least used to be the entirety of this stream, but now the first hour of this stream is me working on audio plugins during my lunch break. And then I will switch to co-working after that. And then we'll see how long it goes. Today, I don't have any meetings. I have a meeting in about half an hour I need to attend. So, but for now, I'm working on other stuff that I will like quietly not describe in detail. But today I am coding things and custom tools in a game engine. I can describe it that way at the very least. Yeah, like I will I my personal desire would be to be able to share and tell you everything, but I work for a game company that's like, if you hunt me down, I'm sure you can find all the details. But I am respecting all of my agreements, and I can generally say that I am working on some audio workflow tooling and a custom game engine. Let's see. Technically, I can't make that claim anymore, Patrick. Oh, cool! Hell yeah! In school for game dev. Where are you? If you're comfortable saying where you're in school, that'd be dope. I've talked to a number of students and stuff like that. In fact, small plug. If you go to, actually, yeah, here's I'll share a thing as a crappy shill. So I've been in the games industry now since 2016 and done professional audio since before that. If you go to this website, you'll see there's 2 books on breaking into audio for games. I've been told by other people that they are good books on careers. I think there's a sample chapter on each page now. And there's definitely a sample. If you go on Amazon, you can find the sample of the first book. But be dope to hear what you're trying to get in on for game dev. Hilariously, you have Pants McGee, Sky River Sound, and myself are all working in the games industry. Full Sail Online, accelerated bachelors. Thankfully, because I'm mostly self-taught, I just want to get into it. Plus, I go for free. Hell yeah, that's awesome! Look at that. That's super dope. And thank you for your service, too. Hilariously, I am wearing my NFL Seahawks Salute to Service hoodies. Like, that doesn't really mean anything. It's just funny. Okay. Are you looking to be more in design or like content creation or what? Or you're just like, I have no idea, I just want to make games because it sounds cool. Because that's also perfectly valid. Okay, I think I have the basics of this layout built. Let's build it and see. I think next time I might set the Pomodoro timer at like 25 minutes, 10 minutes, or 25 minutes, 5 minutes, something like that. I don't think that 2010 is the proper amount of time because 20 minutes breaks it up too small. But it does, man, it does force you to think in small chunks, that's for sure. And the other thing that I really enjoy about doing this co-working thing is, again, like it forces me to actually functionally work. I've been developing mods/mod menus for games since I was about 12, so definitely on the programming functionality side. I plan on joining some company to get experience, then hopefully branching out on my own with a few friends who are doing the same thing. That's awesome. Hell yeah. Keep doing that. Have you done any game jams yet? That's my next question. Because that seems like if you got involved in the right game jams, I mean, you're doing school, so that's one thing. But that's a good way to meet some people, especially if you're not in a game dev like city. Okay, cool. I want to change the default on that to say file folder path. Patrick, I'm laughing now again at the small indie company joke. I've officially not been able to say that for like, I don't know how long we've been owned now. I'd have to look up the Sony buy date. I have not. I've been working on a personal mobile game as a hobby for now. I do a lot of leet code with friends, but I definitely want to get into game jams. So you should go watch. I don't know what time zone you're in, but you should go watch Pirate Software on Twitch if you haven't already. Pirate Software also posts on VODs on YouTube daily. So what I do is I watch Pirate Software's YouTube VODs. It's a guy named Thor. He's making an indie game called Heartbound and has been super successful very recently. And all of his suggestions are very, very, very good. I think he has I think it's develop.games is the website. I would take a look at that. Yeah, and then I haven't watched Jackie Codes, but whatever Pants McGee says is wise advice. The cool thing about Pirate Software is he does a biannual game jam that's really good. And then I wouldn't necessarily, I don't know whether I'd suggest or not, but if you looked up hometeamgamedev.com, let me actually just throw in some links. So there's develop.games, there's https hometeamgamedev.com, I think is the website. Those are both really good resources. Obviously, like global game jam and stuff like that, like the bigger jams are going to have more people to connect with. But like as you're going through school, the best thing that you can do is just make games. What I would recommend is don't make good games. Make really, 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 really bad games. Make clunky games, make them gross, make them barely functional. Don't spend a lot of time making one polished game. Make a bunch of really, really, really bad games. Make them blocky, make the art suck, make the sound horrible, but like barely functional MVP. Because you'll improve over time, and if you are getting reps at the easy things, then you're going to get more reps at the complex things, and getting away from perfectionism is going to be a boon to you moving forward. I think that's probably the creative's most difficult thing, is to get away from trying to make it perfect. Okay, so now I've got the UI built, but I don't want, like, I'm looking at this thing. I built a UI for a tool, and what I really want, I like everything just being all in its place so I can hit a button and then the defaults go, but like this is gonna be shared on some stuff that won't have the same defaults. So I'm thinking I don't put the defaults in. I might. I don't know. I'm thinking about it. Segmenting the Pirate Software Game Jam. It was super fun to do this year, and I highly recommend checking that out. Yeah, I did not participate myself. I actually haven't completed a game jam ever. I recommend them all the time, and I have never actually fully completed a game jam. But good, reputable ones are really good resources. And Thor's stream just like is one of the best motivational things. It's a great idea and definitely something I struggle with. For example, art is not in my skill set. UI, for example, is super easy for me. However, good UI is not. Absolutely. One day Adam will take his own advice. I'm not ever going to do a game jam. Why would I work for a AAA company. There's no, like, games are my day job at this point. I will not work. I will not go do a game jam. I would do a plug-in, an audio plug-in jam, probably. But that's like my twice a week Twitch stream is partially that. Yeah, I hear you that doing something excellent is very difficult. And what I'd say, Versi, is like that is tells me that you would benefit from reading develop.games, because that website talks about, I suck at art, I can't make a game, this is really hard, what do I do? And it brings up some games into that conversation. It's really, really good at both being encouraging and being like taking away all of your excuses. So, because I agree with you, I am bad at art. I am an audio person. I am not a visual person. I'm an audio and programmer. But I have this beautiful office that I've made here. And what I did, you can see that I'm not really good at visuals because I have these things like currently an office in all white that's really hard to see. And I don't have a better design for anything. But the art behind me is Bing AI, because I thought this would be fun and funny, and it's impossible for me to make it. And with only the finest dinos, which are clearly behind the chat, or is that the dinos are actually flying over the water too, I guess? I don't know. Okay, I think I've built the UI, and I'm not going to worry about the defaults. Sounds like a great resource. I'll definitely check these things out. Dope. Best of luck to you, too. Thanks for coming in and hanging out, especially for if you continue. I'm here on Tuesdays and Thursdays. I start streaming at noon Pacific time, and we do audio plugins for about an hour. And then, as of today, you're actually witnessing the very first time I'm doing a co-working stream. So, I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm not trying to be a good Twitch professional because this is fun for me. It's a hobby. It's not I'm not trying to become a pro Twitch streamer or anything like that. And yeah, I'm just here to hang. And Mr. Sky River Sound suggested the rain sounds. We were listening to music earlier, but now we're on rain sounds. And I'm totally going to screw the Pomodoro because I'm not going to take a break, because then I have a meeting in 20 minutes I got to take. So I will be off this Twitch stream in about 10 minutes, probably. Okay, I have built the basic UI. I'm not going to default anything. Appreciate it. Definitely be back. Rain sounds are lit. Yeah, it was a toss-up. I should have done a poll. Next time I'm going to do a poll. It was rain sounds or wave sounds, and rain sounds won out. So. Dude, we've bounced around like 4 to 6 viewers a lot. This is crazy. Okay. Let's do... I've done the defaults. I now want to figure out what information I need to ingest. So let's... Okay. Let's take each item and make it and add the item's name. Let's see if I can do that in about 5 or 10 minutes. Okay. I don't need to do that because this will be no, that's not going to be defaulted, but let's I want to figure out, maybe I can default that stuff. I just don't want to do it today. Now what y'all are watching me do is like, this is what I'm like when I work in silence by myself, is I'm like, maybe I can do this, maybe, and I like just talk at myself as I work, except I'm also running the script in my head to be cognizant to not say words that I should not say on Twitch. Okay, we're not going to set that as default value. We do have the file we can attach. I'm keeping that. I am not going to do that. So now we need to, okay. I've got the original data. Okay, so this data needs, that's the, oh, okay, this is that, okay. It feels so weird to not say the actual things that I'm working on, like not refer to them by name, just refer to them by this and that. But I mean, it's what I gotta do. It's like there's these weird trade-offs. Like I can mentally verbalize things, and I'm taking the risk at not at making sure I don't say anything out loud that I shouldn't say out loud. Not like, you know, I'm not gonna say anything that actually gives away a whole bunch of NDA'd information. I'm just being careful to, you know, truly cover my ass. But like the benefit I get from this is I am actually focusing harder on work mentally than I would be if I didn't have a camera on me right now. Okay, I need to take that bit of data and then interesting. Okay. The camera does wonders. Yeah, this is, I found a long time ago. I had a little private co-working meeting where people could have their cameras on or people could have their cameras off. And we just sat in silence and worked. And I realized, like, it put me in a serious focus mode. And this is doing a very similar thing. But I also I like interaction. Like, I partially go into an office to hang out and interact with coworkers. And I am more of an extrovert in town than I am introverted. And so this, like, I feel real nice because I feel like I have human interaction a little bit. Like, it's not perfect, obviously. It's a chat on a screen. But then at the same time, I'm able to focus too. We're working right through break time. All right, I'm going to set myself an alarm for 5 minutes, 7 minutes actually, because otherwise I'm going to talk through my meeting. I can tell. I know myself. I start enjoying things and then I'm like not paying attention. Okay. Okay, I'm looking at the data, and then I find that section of the data. And then... Okay, how... I don't know how to find every entry of the data. So we're going to look that up. I love how nice it is that I can just be working on my screen, also be on Twitch, and not be concerned that you're going to see something that you shouldn't see. Okay. The greatest use of AI has been to teach me things. Like I can just put in code problems and be like, it's not even how do I solve this? It's like, teach me how to use an API. Okay. Interesting. Okay. I don't think I'm going to be able to do this in 4 minutes, but okay. Hmm. How did I... Ah, okay. Got it. Got it, got it, got it, got it. Let's actually start off with that, and then let's do... This would be up here. And then this would be up here. Oh, I might get this done in 2 minutes, or at least prove I can do this. That would be very cool. Is that what it needs to be? Yes. Okay. Value equals... I wonder if I can do it this way. That is an array. Nope, I gotta do them separately. Okay. So... Oh, I'm pushing hard. This could be really cool. Right before finishing time. And then... Let's do it. That should work. So now let's comment out the rest of this junk. All right. Save it, build it, see what we can do. 4 minutes. When I said save it, build it, see what we can do, my brain went boil them, mash them, stick them in a stew. And now it's stuck in my head, and now it's stuck in yours. So you're welcome. James, you and I are too much alike sometimes. Come on, tool. Okay, it didn't crash. Oh, I think I closed it too early. Object reference not set to an instance of an object. Okay, let's continue. Can it finish? That's fine. Oh. I've got the right idea. I don't think it did the right thing though. I don't think it's saved because of that. Yep, did not do the output. All right, y'all. Well, I gotta disappear. Thanks for hanging out. We were around for 3.5 hours. Woo! This is by far the longest stream I've ever done. At least in this instance of my streaming. I might have streamed longer on weekends before, but definitely not during a weekday. So thanks for hanging out. I'll be back on Thursday at noon, and hopefully I'll see you then. And we'll do an hour of audio plug-in programming at that time, and then we'll switch to co-working for as long as I can do it. I'll have to look at my schedule and see how long that is. So, you too, Patrick. Y'all have a good day. See ya.